If your nonprofit is applying for foundation grants, you've probably asked this question. How many LOIs should we send each month? 5? 10? 25? As much as possible? Here's the real answer. For most nonprofits, a strong starting point is 5 to 15 well-targeted LOIs per month. Not 50 rushed letters. Not one perfect message and a prayer. 5 to 15 strategic LOIs to funders that actually fit your work. Now, before we go any further, an LOI, or a letter of inquiry, is a short introductory grant request. Some foundations use it to decide whether to invite a full proposal. Others use it as their first real look at your organization. A strong LOI explains who you are, who you serve, what problem you're addressing, what needs funding, how much you're asking for, and why your work fits the foundation's priorities. Think of it as your first serious introduction. It doesn't need every detail. It needs to show you're credible, prepared, and aligned. So why 5 to 15? Because that range gives small and medium-sized teams enough outreach to build momentum without sacrificing quality. You still have time to research the foundation, review giving history, personalize the message, track responses, follow up, and learn what's working. If your team has strong systems and a strong list, you may be able to send more. But if you're just getting started, 5 to 15 strong LOIs will do more for your grant pipeline than 50 generic ones. Now, volume does matter. Foundation funding rarely comes from one perfect letter. A funder may say no, not respond, have different priorities, already have a committed budget, or prefer a different project this year. That's why consistent outreach matters. More targeted LOIs create more chances for conversations, invitations, and future funding. But the keyword is targeted, because too many LOIs can hurt. When teams chase volume, letters get generic, research gets skipped, giving history gets ignored, follow-ups get missed, tracking gets messy, and the teams burn out. Sending more LOIs cannot fix a weak funder list. A rushed LOI to the wrong foundation is still wasted time. A personalized LOI to an aligned foundation has a much better chance of opening the door. So how do you choose the right number? Look at 3 things. First, funder alignment. Before asking how many LOIs should we send, ask, are these foundations actually a fit? A strong prospect funds your cause area, your geography, organizations like yours, realistic grant amounts, and similar programs. Second, team capacity. LOIs take more than just writing. You need research, personalization, approvals, tracking, follow-ups, and time for full proposals if invited. If one person is doing all of that on top of programs, events, donor communications, and reporting, 30 LOIs a month is probably not realistic. Third, tracking. The more LOIs you send, the more organized you need to be. Your team should know who was contacted, when it was sent, when to follow up, what the response was, and what happens next. Without tracking, opportunities slip through the cracks. Here's a simple guide. If you're just starting, aim for 5 to 10 LOIs per month. Use this stage to build your list, practice messaging, and learn from responses. If you already have a funder list and a basic process, aim for 10 to 25. This is where you can build momentum, improve templates, and follow up more consistently. If you have strong research systems, clear workflows, and staff capacity, you can aim for 25 or more, but only if the quality stays high. And here's what matters more than the number. Don't just measure how many LOIs you sent. Measure movement. How many went to aligned foundations? How many referenced real giving history? How many were personalized? How many received a response? How many led to a conversation or a full proposal invitation? 12 aligned LOIs with 4 responses is better than 60 generic LOIs with silence. The biggest mistakes are simple: focusing only on volume, skipping funder research, sending the same LOI to everyone, forgetting to follow up, and not tracking outreach. And that's where most nonprofits get it wrong. To send strong LOIs every month, you need enough qualified foundation prospects. And that's often the hardest part. Many teams rely on Google searches, miss private and family foundations, lack giving history, or don't know which funders support organizations like theirs. When the research is weak, the LOI strategy gets weak too. You can't scale good outreach from a poor prospect list. This is where Grant Advance Solutions can help. Grant Advance helps nonprofits build a stronger LOI strategy by starting with better funder research. Your team can search foundation profiles, review historical grants, find private and family foundations, identify aligned funders, save strong prospects, track outreach, and create more professional LOIs more efficiently. With access to more than 225,000 foundation profiles and over 12 million historical grants, Grant Advance helps nonprofits uncover funders that may not show up in basic online searches. Instead of asking who should we send this LOI to, you should ask which funders are most likely to align with our mission. So how many LOIs should your nonprofit send each month? For most organizations, 5 to 15 well-targeted LOIs is a great starting point. But the number matters less than the strategy behind it. Don't chase volume just to stay busy. Build a repeatable process your team can research, track, measure, and improve. That's when LOI research becomes more than just another task. It becomes a real funding strategy. If your nonprofit is tired of guessing which foundations to contact, book a free consultation with Grant Advance. We'll show you how to find aligned foundations, review giving history, organize outreach, and create professional letters of inquiry more efficiently. You can send smarter LOIs with Grant Advance. And if this video helped, like, subscribe, and follow for more practical grant strategy tips for nonprofits.